Yo, I'm doing good, man. If Awakened Demon is here, I just got a notification that you like messaged me on or wrote a reply on like one of my other videos or something. What's up? You're like rash I got right there. Bye, ladies. I'm just pushing through the tiredness. Look at my eyes, dude. They're like sunken. It's like I got eyeshadow on. It's just natural. Straight up black under my eyes. Hey, there's the sun. For some reason, I didn't think it was gonna come out today, but I mean, it's like a clear sky. It's like as clear as can be. It's just hiding behind some clouds. Just snap like that. Basically, the lights turned on. Somebody flipped the switch, guys. Somebody flipped the switch. Well, shoot, guys, it's morning. We're about to like get back on our shit, basically. This is like really turning into a routine. The art's gonna be the one thing though that allows me like that space, you know? If I ever feel congested or misrepresented. Good. Just I don't know, I went to the gym. Today's leg day, so it's like I'm half afraid of it, half excited for it when it comes.
Me too, actually. I hate leg days.
Yeah. It's always tough.
Yeah.
Trying to think of where to put that piece of art that I did, where to get, like, I don't know, figure out who I can like give it away to or something like that, you know?
You should try to sell it.
Try to sell it. I've sold like 2 pieces of art and that's it. I mean, I could probably just put it on like Facebook for like $30
Yeah.
or something like that, I guess.
It's kind of hard to sell art though nowadays.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I've only ever sold two pieces like in the last like 10 years. I've been like messing around with it. So I don't know. What I've had more success with is just donating it to people or businesses actually, like and just getting to know the people that work there, and they're like, yeah, we'll put it up in our like employee break room or whatever. Like I have a piece of art that's if they still kept it up there was somebody at the Syracuse EOS gym
Oh.
that like had a piece of my art, a doctor's office. Like I don't know, but I'm not sure what they did with it. It's like they're like, yeah, we'll put it in our employee room. I hope they didn't just throw it away or whatever, you know what I mean? But that's what I've had more success with, is like getting to know people, and they're like, I'll always accept art if it's like something that invokes some sense of like this. I think that what my art does more than anything is like it invokes this sense of emotion, right? Whether it's like getting away from it or like going to it. So it creates like a landmark, okay? You know how it's like you're like driving around, you see certain things and it's like, oh, I pass this every day. But then every once in a while you can like sit and look at it almost like being in the shower and just like think for a second about it, or like think about yourself. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. It's that like elephant one with the gold paint or whatever. I don't know. But that's always like the next step, is like you do it and then you figure out like what do I do with this? Sometimes it just ends up stacking in my house. Like I have like a whole wall where I like stream at my house, and it's like there's like a stack, it comes out like this far of just like art, of just like stuff I've drawn that's like, I don't know. But some of it's stuff that I don't feel like anyone would want, but it's like something I had fun doing, so it's just there, you know?
Yeah.
But that's kind of what's on my mind. I don't know. I went and got some more art supplies so I could do more stuff. I don't know. I'm one of my biggest things that I'm like really focused on right now is I'm losing weight. Like today I weighed myself and I lost another pound. So yeah, I'm like super happy about that. So
Good for you.
yeah, this is my reward every day.
Huh?
This is my reward every day.
Oh yeah. For sure.
After I go and exercise, I go to the gym twice. Once in the morning at like 7:40, and then once at night at 5. And then I come in here every time after and get a drink. So
Yeah, I've seen you a couple times in here.
yeah, it's at 5 o'clock. Or I guess it's like I go to the gym at 5, so it's like 6 o'clock here or something like that. So yeah, every day I come in here twice. Once right now and once at night. So just breaks up my day a little bit.
Yeah, nice routine.
Yeah, that's the one thing. It's like my routine is like if I had a job almost. It's like I'm scared of like losing the structure that I have. It's because I'm coming from a place where I had like no structure at all.
Yeah.
It was like 100% creativity. And like my whole day was either ruined or made by like me creating something. And if I couldn't create something, it was like my whole day was destroyed. But it's like this routine gives me a little bit more stability and,
Yeah.
you know, stuff like that. So, but anyways, that's what I'm up to.
Cool.
Basic shit.
Huh?
Just basic shit.
Good
Life's.
stuff though. Good
Yeah.
stuff. It's To an extent.
Well, I mean, what I've kind of figured out is it doesn't, like, this is the only money that I really spend is like on coffee. I don't go out and do anything else. It's like, and I'm on my computer for the rest of the other time, and it's like, then I'm doing art. It's like the stuff at Michael's, like, really, it costs like $20 for like a good set of like art materials. And so it's like, you can take that and it's like, I can spend like 3 or 4 hours. It's like, you can basically live a pretty fulfilled life being pretty simple. You know what I mean? Like, just, it's about exploring kind of like, as they say, like your inner self. You know what I mean? Because I'm sort of like twisting as I'm like drawing things. It's like me coming to terms with everything. So it's like you can really explore the world just on like a white piece of paper or like a white canvas or something, you know?
Yeah.
How you try to express yourself, where you feel control and where you feel like you don't have control. You know, like for me, for example, it's like I can do really abstract stuff that other people can't think of. My dad's told me, like, he does construction and everything he does is by like code, right? And he's like, I can do stuff that's like square and like that's like follows the recipe of everything, you know, but he's like, I can't do what you do, which is like just make up a shape and make up a design. I was like, yeah, well, here's the process.
It's more how like, I feel like there's two types of people.
Yeah.
And like, it's so weird because I'm kind of like you. Like I'm not an instructions person at all.
Yeah, for sure.
My mom, like, totally is. Like, she always has, like, instructions. She's very architectural. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. So, I mean, I'm to the point though in my life, it's like, if I end up with nothing, then it's like, I feel like words are the most powerful thing. So I'm very comfortable with like whatever happens.
Yeah.
And I'm to the point where it's like, yeah, I will do what I love kind of thing. Because let's say that, you know, everyone in my family dies and I lose all my support. Eventually what's going to happen is I'm going to be dealing with the state. And I feel like I'm in a place now where it's like, I can use my words to communicate exactly what I need to be able to like, you know, pretty much live the same life if I was on state support as much as I was on family support. By just like, I've come to terms with like the simple things like you were saying. So it's like, I can express myself with very, you know, a very efficient, like non-expensive way.
Yeah.
It's like, give me, yeah, sure. Like, give me enough money to like eat, give me like a small room somewhere. You know, maybe enough to cover like an internet bill. And, you know, I'll spend the rest on art supplies. And that's not, you know what I mean? It's like, and I'm pretty sure that I could probably get that from the state if like everything goes entirely south. So it's like, I'm to the place now where it's like, I'm not going to try to live up to everyone's standards in the work environment. I'm not going to try to do that. Like, I'm going to do what doesn't make me depressed, doesn't make me feel like I'm not achieving anything. I'm going to work, I'm going to do that. And if things really do go south, then I am going to rely on my ability to communicate with people.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, that's where I feel, that's where true work is, because it tells us what's absolutely necessary in life. If I need to help people with like things that are like rudimentary, like, you know what I mean? Like basic shelter and like food and stuff like that, I can do that.
Yeah.
But as soon as it becomes more complicated and it's like just based upon the system, trying to go as fast as it can for needs and wants, I'm out of it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to participate. I'm going to, you know, I'm going to say it's not necessary. And I have come to terms now with like, my life is pretty basic. Even though I seem like a pretty eccentric guy, probably, it's like, you know, I spend money on coffee, I go to the gym, I go home, I eat, I get on my computer, maybe I'll do some art, and then that's like a day.
Yeah.
So, but I do have some cool stuff coming. You might be interested in is like, I ordered some jade.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like some, like the rock, like the raw rock jade. And I'm gonna like work on that and try and see if I can like carve something out of it. Kind of like I did that one piece, but I'm gonna try and do something with more of a design, like inside of it or something like that. And I ordered some like green obsidian that's like see-through green. It's like from Mexico. I'm like waiting for that to get here too. So I got a couple things like in the works.
Yeah.
it's like on the way, you know? So just simple things. It costs like $50, you know, but it's like, then I won't spend any money for like a week or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty like, for as eccentric as I seem, I'm a pretty like simple guy. And if I have to like, I'm not above like receiving help from people, rather than going into a situation where I feel depressed and depleted every day and I'm not fulfilling my emotional needs
Yeah.
or something. So
Yeah.
that's basically all I tell people on here too. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Just exactly what I just told you is just like what I just, and a lot of people I think come on here to like listen to me like say stuff like that. Because they're like, what do I do in this world? What do I, you know, like, what do I believe in? What do I tell people? Because everyone's trying to figure out how to play this game.
Yeah.
But my most basic thing, it's like the most basic thing is now come around and it's fashionable again. You know how fashion just like goes on trends and it's like, oh, what was fashionable like 10 years ago is now fashionable again all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's like saying something basic like use your words. You know, like use your words and be confident in what you're saying and feel comfortable that you can express to people what you need and what you feel like is right for you. And then you'll hopefully be able to communicate that with people and get what you feel like you need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just basic things now. It's like use your words, believe in yourself, be confident, because if you realize that it's like confidence, if you were just confident enough, you wouldn't need anything else.
It's true.
You really wouldn't if you were just confident enough, you know? So I just tell people stuff like that, and I'm just like, I'll go to the gym, run on the treadmill and just say that, but
Yeah.
that's what I do in a nutshell, basically. I try and reaffirm those things over and over, so I tell it to myself as much as I tell it to other people, so.
That's important.
Good chat, Sydney. I don't want to get you in trouble
It's
for talking too much. Yo, what's up, D'Artagnan? I was at the gym. I was there at like 7:40 until like 8:40. I was there for like an hour. Yeah, I went and did. I rode on a bike. I was trying to do it kind of light because tonight I have I'm doing legs. So I just went and rode on a bike for half an hour. Changed up the difficulty. Got a pretty good sweat going though. I sweat, so. And I've lost a pound. I've lost another pound, so. Dude, I talk to girls all the time. I just don't hit on them. I have no problem talking to women. I just don't. I hate the idea of like, to me, that's like the animalistic part of myself, you know? It's like if I'm gonna be an animal, I'm gonna like run up a mountain. I don't need to like be a dog or something. It just reminds me of like being a dog or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I have no problem talking to girls. I just don't hit on them. I just leave it at that. I just keep it casual, and I don't like try to make it like about something else, you know. And especially the girls here, it's like the whole coffee shop is all women, you know. Got something in my eye. But anyways, I hope everybody's having a good morning. The sun finally decided to come out and show its face. So, yo, what's up, Baba? What's up, man? Good morning. You're not like the Indian from Big Bang. You don't need a drink first. No. Raj or whatever. No. I just don't hit on women. I'm just like, I don't like to create places where it's like I create drama and like situations where I wouldn't feel comfortable, you know? If things don't work out, like then all of a sudden I've created a place that's like I don't want to go there because I'm trying to avoid people because of some like weird interaction I had with them, you know? I just go and just I just be myself, so that's cool, yeah. I really would hate to like ruin the places I can like go out and just feel like I'm not like a weirdo creeper there, you know? To each his own. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Maybe if I was better at it, I would do that. But you know what I mean? Like everybody uses their tools they have or whatever. You know, I wasn't necessarily given those tools, so I do other shit. What is this coffee? Just a cappuccino. Just like steamed milk with coffee, that's it. I don't want to get something with a bunch of sugar. Get out today and soak up the sun? Yeah, I know. Well, the thing is it like still looks warm out there, but it's only gonna be like nice for a little bit, probably. And I mean in the mornings, like, you like matcha latte, nice. In the mornings, it's still pretty cold, and at night it gets pretty cold too. But it's gonna start getting better though. It's gonna start getting warmer, so. Take you out for a drive? Yeah, for sure. I used to do that a lot on my channel, like some of my first videos. What I used to do is I would wrap my I'd wrap my phone on like I'd like clip it on my steering wheel, and I would go for a drive and I would just talk. And it would be like right there on my steering wheel looking at me. I have a few old videos kind of like that, actually. Today is National Cheesesteak Day. I feel like you make this stuff up, Baba. What was yesterday? National Geological Day or something? Meteorological? That's what you said at least, right? Better just leave my eye alone. It was real? Yeah, you said yesterday was like National Meteorological Day or something, right? I don't know, maybe it's real. Maybe it is real. Maybe you're not lying to me. But I do know that you said your birth date was on 2 different like dates the other day. So I know that one of those dates isn't real. One of those dates where you said it was your birthday, wasn't real. Put it on the dash and just drive. Yeah, I could do something like that for sure. Be nice. I think Utah's pretty scenic too, you know. I used to go on drives a lot more, but I try to not spend too much gas money if I can help it, so. I got my watch back on and like I can like listen to music while I do this in the gym now. Kind of cool. Haven't been able to do that for a while. Got my playlist all made up and stuff. Got my music on my new phone and everything. Good idea to get fresh air. Yeah, I'll start doing more stuff as soon as the weather warms up, you know. I'll start doing more stuff. It's just during those times, it's like you really just don't want to go outside, you know. It's like outside is like hardly any time you spend out there during the winter. I mean, I went out and did some things, like we went out and like got a Christmas tree and stuff like that, or I went snowboarding once, you know, stuff like that. I like to rollerblade and stuff, you know, a little bit, so I rollerblade and use my bike a lot during the summer, so I'll get back into doing that. But I agree, it's a good idea to get fresh air instead of just inside all the time. Like, I 100% agree. I just have to kind of be careful with like how free I am and like how I'm like portraying myself to other people. Like, people want to see that I'm like continually working on something that could like improve my situation. If I'm just too loose, you know, with like my daily stuff, I think my parents, they don't like that. They say it's being like too free and too loose and not, you know, focused enough on doing something which, I don't know, has a chance of. I used to get out during the winter more because it was cheaper. It's cheaper when you're a kid, right? It's like $1,000 for a snowboarding pass when you're an adult here in Utah. But when I was a kid, I mean, I used to go out like every other weekend snowboarding, you know, with my friends. So I used to do that a lot, like all the time. Regardless of the weather, it could have been the worst weather ever and I'd go up. But it's just when you're an adult, it's like no one does it anymore because they all have families and it's too expensive. So, but I used to get out a lot more during the winter. And I used to get out a lot more just every day in general because I had friends that, you know, they didn't have families and kids and whatever else, so. sit out there for about an hour answering emails. That sounds nice, man. That sounds meditative. Sounds really peaceful. Like you've like figured out some way to like be productive, but like in your zone at the same time. I think that sounds great. I think I'm gonna sit here for like 5 more minutes or something before I get out of here. I just feel like life gets kind of more focused, you know what I mean? As you get older, it gets more like fine-tuned and you find yourself doing just kind of one thing, you know? I need to be aware of like not just falling into the habit of just not, I guess it's your equivalent of the coffee shop. Yeah, sounds like it kind of. I mean, I come here and catch up, you know, like, yeah, come here and catch up with people. Sometimes I just catch up with myself. I try to like figure out what I'm doing today or what I've been doing this last week or whatever, you know, so. Just sitting in the sunlight. Not much has to happen, you know. I can be reactive. I don't have to like cause a spark. The engine's already running. We can just like put on idle for a minute and just sit back. I wonder if this place is gonna get busier or less busy during the summer. We'll see, we'll find out. Is there a nerd party? Oh yeah, there'll be a nerd party. I don't have anything else to do during the day, but you know, like I said, I gotta try to like be not so free because it freaks my parents out whenever I'm like too loose with just being creative or like, you know, thinking the world is like some great riddle or something like that, you know, to like be figured out. Like my parents hate that, so it's like, trust me, like the place where I'm coming from, where I like sit on the computer all day, is from a place that I feel safe. It's a lot of it's kind of a motivation out of fear, you know, because it's like I'm afraid to just like let creativity take over my day, because then I become like a problem for the people around me. So it's like I gotta be careful. That's like half the reason why I sit on the computer as long as I do. I gotta be careful with just, you know, how much I'm out, how many people I'm like talking to and stuff. Probably tourists coming in the summer. Yeah, maybe. There's not a lot of tourists that come to Layton, to be honest with you. It's like, really the only reason people come here is like for the Air Force Base. That's it. There's really only one reason people come from out of town to like go where I am. It's because there's a huge military base here. It's like a state-of-the-art military base. It's like one of the United States' like top defensive positions because it's like surrounded by mountains or whatever. So we get to see a lot of cool, like the new gen planes and everything before everybody else. But that's really the only reason anyone would ever come here, is just because. And that's what like employs like half the people that like have employment in this city are like employed at the military base or whatever. There's like a whole town. It's like on base, an entire like city. They have like all their own. They have like shopping centers. They have everything here. It's all fenced in. You know what I mean? Like, I think they have like a golf course and everything, just all on the military base. And it's all just Air Force. So every once in a while you'll see people like walking around, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, this place is like, it's not big to anybody, but yeah, exactly, out of sight, out of mind, with like me being something that's like people think is wild or like out of control or something. I have to be very careful. I have to be very careful about how much time I spend in certain places so that people don't get a bad perception of me. Yeah, no one really comes through here for tourism. There's like no real schools here. The only thing is the military base. You'll see people that like fly airplanes that like walk around in jumpsuits and stuff like that every once in a while. Like people that fly the jets or whatever. They like walk around in their like military jumpsuits. You can like tell. It looks like pajamas kind of, but they're like all their clothing is like all one piece, and they have like little patches on them and stuff like that. You'll see them every once in a while walking around town. At like lunch at like a lunch place or something. Yeah, I gotta be like out of sight, out of mind for sure. That's why there's always the nerd party, man. It's like I've adjusted to doing that so that I just like produce less, a little bit less. Like people feel like I'm out of control, you know? They need to feel like I have like some structure in my life. I'm certain places at certain times every day for a while, you know. Otherwise it makes people think that I'm completely out of control with the city and with, you know, like my family and everything. So the one place that I can kind of express myself freely like all the time, and which is why I do this a lot, is I can express myself on here with my words. You know, I can like say whatever I want in here and like say what I want, you know. Doing what I want is a different matter, but I can at least like say what I want here and like express my thoughts and things, so without like ruffling anyone's feathers or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna probably head out. I'll go back and open up my nerd party. So it was nice talking Presley this morning. Yeah, that's some reasoning for why I kind of do what I do. So yeah, the Air Force, it looks like overalls. Yeah, it's a jumpsuit is what they call it. I'm pretty sure it's called a jumpsuit. But instead of overalls, like having the strap, it like goes over their whole like arms and everything too. It doesn't have a strap. It has like a button up the front. But yeah, it's a jumpsuit. You'll see them walking around every once in a while. Coveralls. Yeah, kind of. Like coveralls, if the coveralls had a top part too, that like went over everything. Not just the straps. But I'm gonna head out. I'll see you guys later, okay? All right. Peace.